or the Middle East or something. They're like Aboriginal Indians that are white. There's Mexican
well, define. Well, let's do this first. Define white.
I mean, they look like me. They're like white people, but like.
I mean, I've seen pictures of Eskimos.
Yeah.
They don't look like you.
That's what I'm saying. Is like there are Eskimos that look like white people. Like they're Eskimos. Like they have blonde hair.
Well, you might be talking about what you're talking about. When you're saying Eskimos, you don't mean the people that are called Eskimos. You're talking about a set of people that live in the icy area in northern Europe that live like Eskimos.
No, that's what I was saying. They're not immigrants. They live in Alaska. They're Native Americans.
But
they're not. They didn't immigrate there.
No.
And same thing in Nepal. Chinese people that are Chinese that are white people, and in India there are Indian people that are in India that are white people.
Okay, there's people in South Africa that are classified as that too. Do you agree?
Not classified. I mean, like, I don't mean classified. I mean they're white people.
So what are you trying to get to? I'm still trying to understand what.
Yeah,
we want to discourse with you.
Yeah, because we were trying to figure out where you come from.
What y'all are saying is that white people are like an aberration, the same way that like the Mormons originally said that black people are an aberration.
Okay, well, why did the Mormons? What did the Mormons
said that there was black people because
they were cursed.
They were cursed by God. Yeah.
So let me get this. You're telling us that the majority of the people on the planet, you would agree, have brown skin, right?
I mean,
this is fact. When they do studies on skin tone variation, the majority of people have a shade of brown skin.
What it is if you're white, the sun hits your skin, it bounces off.
Okay, so what is it?
Most people's skin don't retain the gene to have the sunlight bounce off their skin. So
okay, but let me ask you a question. What is a negative trait of having melanated skin? Is there a negative trait?
The sun hits it and it sticks to it. I mean, that's
okay. So if
what people get crazy
if you lack hold on, I'm trying to ask, if you lack pigmentation, if one lacks pigmentation and they go out in the sun, they get sunburned, right? Now why is it that in Australia that the people in Australia suffer from the highest rate of skin cancer on the planet?
I don't know, but that's what I'm saying is like
but cancer, wouldn't that assume that they lack
cancer and stress on the tissue or the organ associated with that particular cancer are not necessarily.
So you don't think it has anything to do with the lack of pigmentation?
Correlate with the deficiency in that organ or organ system.
I'm trying to understand what is you're saying that someone having.
Well, I'm just answering your question.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to understand. I'm rephrasing what you're saying. You're saying that someone has so-called white skin is better because the sun bounces off their skin?
Yeah.
But their skin gets burned and it peels.
But they burn.
But it burns and it peels.
Because it's doing more work.
Man, listen, go down the street, man. Just go down the street, bro. You might be smoking some K2 right now, bro. Go down the street, man. You're not making any sense, man.
It's too big.
No, the sun is clearly beating you, man. That's why when y'all go out, y'all be burning up and smelling like roasted pork.
Yeah, that sun beating your brain, bro.
This dude here, man.
This dude, the light. What is this? I didn't know what this guy was coming.
He heard his explanation on why Australians suffer the highest rate of skin cancer on the planet. Well, look, stress. And no, bro, because they lack pigmentation. They lack the content in their skin they lack a natural sunscreen.
That's right.
It's just the truth. Now you got people that are so-called classified as black and they're albino and they suffer the same thing.
Right.
You know? They suffer the same thing, man. I knew people that were albino growing up.
They couldn't stay out in the sun.
And they couldn't stay out in the sun, man, because if they did, they burn.
I know some people like that too, bro. They get out in that sun, man. That stuff they have to do just like those Edomites do and put
SPF
that drink.
50.
Yeah, put the SPF 50 on, man, just so they can hang out where Jake is.
Yeah.
We used to actually go out and play ball
all day in the Texas heat.
In Texas heat, bro. Yeah, we come back 2-3 shades darker.
Yeah.
You know, my old man used to come back. He's like, "Damn, boy, you look like Boom Jab out here." You know, he'd tell me that, but we could do that.
You can do that.
But then we had some Edomites that was out there. Them brothers started turning pink. Them boys get ready to faint. Them boys start fainting, bro. They be like, "Man, I gotta sit down." They couldn't hang with Jake out here on the court in the middle of that sun, bro. It's just a fact. You know, that's the black egg.
And their skin start peeling, man.
Yep.
I used to play with them when I was a kid, and they be out in that sun. You'd be out for a while, and they don't put their sunscreen on. Man, their skin start peeling. They get back to the house, and they're peeling their skin off of them like a snake.
Right.
That's what they be laying down, and their mom be back there
peeling that stuff off,
peeling their skin off, man. This guy talking about, see, listen, man, these Edomites, they want you to believe that how our people looked generally is inferior, man.
Yeah.
See, what he said is that their look is we're saying that their look is an abnormality, but it is. Mm-hmm. It is abnormal. Abnormal means it's not the norm. Now, we had laws in the scriptures that dealt with that stuff. You know, in fact, get that. What's that in Leviticus chapter 12 or 10?
Yeah, because, man, it's funny how Esau just slides up here. You and I were discoursing on something, and then he just comes in and drops the question.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, these guys here, bro.
Well, before we read that, we just want to give all praises and glory to our Heavenly Father Yahweh in the name of our Lord and Savior Yahawashi. Peace and blessings be abounding to you throughout the four corners of the earth that are waiting digitally on our Lord and Savior Yahawashi. Mm-hmm. So yeah, continuing on. The guy kind of caught us off guard, but we like to, make sure we show discourse because, you don't really want to. It tells you don't entertain foolish questions, man. Right. And that's one of them.
That was definitely one of them right there. That dude knows he can't stand that heat that long, bro. And this
probably gonna get up with Leviticus 13.
Yeah.
Start at the top.
This is. Let me see. It says. Well, I got one right here on leprosy.
Yeah, I think it starts. at verse 1, right? When
the plague of leprosy is in a man.
Yeah.
Then it shall be brought to the priest.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah. So, this is Leviticus 13, and it says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, When a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons the priest. And the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh. And when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague is in sight, be deeper than the skin of the flesh, it is a plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean."
And then when it says turn white, meaning that it lacks pigmentation.
Right.
Now, they call themselves white. That was really a classification. That's what, black and white are just class terms in Esau's kingdom. He had to create classes, and the two classes that he wanted to distinct the most on the planet was Jacob and Esau. And even early on, when Esau came over here, he called the Indians Negroes.
Yes, he did.
Early on.
Yes, he did.
Even the ones with straight hair and all that.
Yep,
because they had the copper-colored skin. When you look up pictures of Geronimo,
right?
Geronimo. When you look at pictures of Geronimo,
God's already here, man. He's already here. God's here. He walks with us.
Oh yeah, the kingdom of heaven is within us.
You understand, bro? God's already here. I know you guys are preaching, but listen to me. God's already here. It's for us. And I don't hurt anymore, man. I just have a lot of pain in my heart, man. I don't have any pain in my heart anymore. It's my mom passing. Besides that, that's it, man. Y'all are some badass people, bro. Hey, but stand tall and do your thing, bro. Don't fake the funk, bro.
Yeah, you from here?
No, sir, bro. I'm from El Paso, Texas, man.
Hey, bro. Hey, man.
I'm from Houston now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a Houston motherfucker now, bro. This is my language, man. But you know what? Dude, God's not going to do anything to you that you can't handle, He only gives you what you can handle. He gives you a lot of stuff. He gives us a lot of stuff, man. He gives me a lot. And I'm like, what is going on? You know what, though? That's for me though. I promise y'all, bro. I can't even stay out here and preach on the street, bro, because I don't do that. But you know what? God's gonna look out for all of us, bro. I'm gonna make sure, bro, you're appointed, bro. Y'all kings, bro.
All right, man.
We'll see you around.
Hey, man, be careful out there, bro.
Be careful, man. We'll see you around.
Shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know we're here every Saturday, so all right. Yeah. Hey, you know, you might have been here to just send us an encouraging message, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, you never know.
Cat had a little pain inside of him, you know.
Yeah.
You can see he's about to
tear up.
Yeah, he's about to tear up. You know, he's kind of getting real glazed in his eyes. You know, Jake just be hurting, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of pain.
Yeah, a lot of pain inside of Jake, bro. Dang, I can't even remember what I was looking up.
Yeah. Go to.
Yeah.
I was going to read that last part. Oh yeah, the plague of leprosy, right?
Yeah.
So I was talking, I think. So you already had finished it. Now you go to etymology online. When you look up the word leprosy, as you go down to different definitions, you're going to run on al, which is a noun, and the word there, that's where the word albino comes from. That word there is alphos, white leprosy. Okay, it says it right there. Now I just googled leprosy on etymology online, and then when you go down, it names Naaman.
Yeah.
So basically, it was an abnormality, because when you go to leprosia, it says strong abnormal.
Yeah.
But this is so it's an abnormality characterized by lack of pigmentation in the skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which a person like that would have to be separated if they had a plague of leprosy, which is what the brother was reading.
Right.
Now I believe if you keep going down, it's going to tell you what happens if their whole body is that, right?
Yeah.
And mind you, this is what Michael Jackson had.
Right.
Michael Jackson actually had had leprosy.
Mm-hmm.
He had the plague of leprosy upon him. Go ahead.
Yep. And it says, verse 4, if the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, and the sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut up him that hath the plague 7 days. And the priest shall look on him the 7th day, and behold, if the plague in his sight be at a stay, and the plague spread not in the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days more. And the priest shall look on him again the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean.
Wait, if it got dark. So if what turned with lack of pigmentation went back to being dark, he was clean.
He was clean.
So what this guy came up and was talking earlier about the Mormon thing, this law in and of itself proves that having dark skin makes you clean.
Exactly.
According to the law.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So Esau flipped the law and said that was a curse unto you to have dark skin, because the Edomites, a lot of them guys were Masons. The John Smiths, Brigham Young, all them dudes was Masons, man. So all they did, see, Masons have to study the Bible. So what they did was they studied certain aspects of it, flipped them and said, well, this is right and this is wrong. And they flipped it the other way, and that's how they created the Book of Mormon. So that's why this guy was coming up. And then he tried to defend them by saying that having lack of pigmentation actually is better because the sun bounces off it.
Out of there, bro. Out of there.
He said if you have dark skin, see, the sun absorbs on you.
Ain't that something?
So we have to, for truth's sake, talk about skin color for truth's sake.
Exactly.
You know, we're not saying everybody that's an Israelite today is going to have dark skin or look a certain way because of the scattering. We can't say that.
Right.
But for truth's sake, we got to bring out stuff like this. All scripture is profitable for teaching, reproof, doctrine, and correction. Right? So it's all profitable for us to go into this and have to discuss it for truth's sake. But one of Esau's biggest lies was telling Jake that how they looked was actually wrong.
Right.
That's one of the biggest lies he told.
And see, so what they would do, you would have to go to these cats and be like, hey man, well, explain to me Revelations, the appearance of the Messiah. Explain to me in Daniel, where it says that his legs and his arms were like bronze. What is that? That doesn't show That doesn't say white. It's saying bronze. So what's up with that? So how is your Messiah this pale face looking cat?
Yeah, if the Messiah, if who you call as God didn't care, why would he put that in there?
Why would he put that in there?
If it wasn't supposed to be eventually discussed at one point. You know, but see, people would want to run away from that because they know deep down inside what the truth is, man.
Yeah. The Most High has all this stuff covered because he understood, he created all things. He understood the level of deception that the serpent would have on our people anyway.
Yep.
And so he had to put those things in there. And it's by the power of the Most High that we have this book today that still have those writings in it. Because without this book, we'd be through. Without this book, we would be through. He had to put it in there like that, man. Because we'd be totally bamboozled if he didn't have this in there. And you know, it had to be a spiritual force field put upon this because Esau would have changed this thing in a minute.
Yeah, Esau could have destroyed it more than likely because of the Middle Ages. Because of the Middle Ages, he was confronted with this book so many times anyway that he probably was so used to it by then that he just took it and then had to corrupt it.
Yeah.
But he couldn't destroy it because they became accustomed to probably hearing stuff coming out of here. Because it's not like Esau popped out of nowhere. Esau was amongst Jake that was ruling. They were serfs. A lot of them, when you go into feudalism, a lot of them was Edomites, man. The ones that was working the land, the serfs. They were the ones that was working the land.
Right.
There was the ones that was doing all the hard labor. That's why it's noticeable that once the Middle Ages ended, the feudal system was falling. That was the main thing that was being taken down during the Age of Enlightenment.
Right.
Which was Esau's version of freedom. And so they had to tear down the crowns in their feudal systems. Because when you go back into the Middle Ages, you had kings, but all Jake want to talk about is the kings, but you had dukes, you had counts. Right. You had counts, meaning you had men over counties. The word county goes back to a count. A count is over a particular county. Yep. So you had different men at different levels. You had knights, you had chancellors, you had different, and those were Jakes that were in those other positions outside of the kings.
Right. You can go online and Google the secret memoirs of John Mackey, I think is what it's called. And you can just Google that title, Secret Memoirs of John Mackey PDF, and it'll pull up a book. The book is from 1732, and it'll show you the description of all of those people during those times, bro.
Yep.
And it's clear. Yep. It's clear, bro. All of it, they would describe the people as being short, dark. They would say things like
tawny.
Yeah, tawny, or a very dark complexion, a black man.
Yeah, they had a guy named Harold the Bluetooth.
Come on, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Which I believe he was one of the kings of like a Scandinavian country.
Yeah.
And they described him, he's newly named Bluetooth because he was not just dark skinned, he was very dark skinned.
Right.
And the word Bluetooth over in that region means to be very dark.
Yep.
That's the funny thing about them using Bluetooth technology. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's where that really comes from. And he was one of the last rulers in the Scandinavian area. You know, so Esau was among us. So Esau had access to this. So he was kind of like indoctrinated in a way with this. But once he came into power, he found a way to twist it, which is the power of Satan anyway.
Yep.
The power of Satan is to twist the words of the Lord. That's the number one. That's the number one form of witchcraft on the planet, bro.
Yeah, we see that. Boy.
That's the number one form of witchcraft on the planet is to twist these pages. But this thing is very powerful when given in the wrong hands.
What's the new doctrine? America is the problem.
Yeah,
man. Hey, man.
Bro, when I saw that, bro, I was like,
hey, man, people, man, open these pages up, bro. Open the pages up, man. Man, you ain't gonna find the River Euphrates over here in America.
And the thing about it is, all those wars that were going on between like Egypt and Syria, when you go through the Old Testament, there's wars not just between Israel and other nations, but even other heathen nations. How do you explain Syria?
Come on.
How do you explain Egypt with Pharaoh Necho going to war against the Syrians?
Right.
So Syria's not over there then. So Syria would have to be over here. Now you got to tell us what Syria is.
Yeah, come on, man. Bro, all that stuff that they doing over there, let me tell you something.
In Babylon. So you tell me, when you read the book of Kings and you read about them being taken into Assyria, where's Assyria now?
Come on, man.
See, Jake don't think, man.
Jake don't think. Y'all over here listening to these guys come out with these new doctrines, talking about this place being the land of promise or whatever. Man, you go over there. Why are those Amalekites over there digging up still archaeology, finding all these relics of David and all of this stuff? You go over there and you visit the place, bro. I was like, man, some of y'all got to get out of here just so Jake got to see something to believe it, bro.
Yeah.
He got to see something. Otherwise, somebody will tell you anything and you'll believe it, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Somebody tell you America is... Come on, man. That's out of here.
America is Egypt.
Come on, man.
And at the Red Sea was the Gulf of Mexico.
Come on, bro.
His brother grew up over there in Galveston, man.
Yeah, come on, bro.
That's got to be something else to see something like that, man.
Come on, man, dude.
Moses was... Can you imagine Moses coming down up and down the seawall with the tablets?
Hey, man, look. These dudes got... Man, this dude up here talking about red seaweed inside the Gulf of Mexico, man. Oh, yeah, I see how the water turned red. You like... Out of there, bro. Out of there. And people believe it. Now, granted, man, a lot of you Jakes, man, I'm pretty sure some of these agents out here just, being provocateurs in this thing to throw the extra.
Co-signers help.
Yep.
Co-signers help doctrines.
Right.
When someone comes out with a false doctrine, if you can get as many co-signers as possible to believe in it, then it becomes an actual believable to the rest of the people.
And then Jake just hook, line, and sinker.
It's like flat earth.
And all that, yeah.
You guys never uttered the word flat and earth together in the same sentence in your life until Esau came out with that doctrine, and y'all experts in flat earth.
Come on, man.
You Negroes never even once thought about that. A lot of you Jakes ain't even been on a plane.
Ain't even been on a plane to see this stuff, man.
Y'all never been on near the ocean. Some of you Jakes ain't never even been in the ocean and watched a cruise ship disappear.
Come on.
Big old cruise ship disappear. Cruise ship as big as this damn building.
Yeah.
And you watch that joker disappear and just sink down.
And then Jake talking about put a microscope, what they call a telescope, and you'll see it again. Dude,
no, you
get out of here. You can't see that. You're not going to see over the curvature, bro.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, man.
Even in the Old English and in the Hebrew, it talks about the compass of the earth, man. And then saying the sphere, bro. The sphere. The quag means sphere, man. The circle or a sphere, man.
Man, come on, man.
I mean, it makes perfect sense, bro, that certain parts of the earth would have ice because they're not going to get hit with direct sunlight.
Now, these boys saying that the ice is encapsulated around the edge. So now the polar ice caps are melting. So now I guess we're going to fall off the edge now, bro.
Yep.
Come on, man.
And it's proof that the ice caps are melting.
Them things, bro, it's like a sea out there, man. They up there looking at the polar bears trying to figure out, hey, man, how these things going to survive? Yep. They're just hopping from little ice chips to the next.
Yep. Penguins moving around.
And these boys are fighting for that land over there, bro. You got the Russians and all these nations.
Yeah, because the elites got bunkers over there where they hold like seeds.
Yep.
Seed vaults over there where nobody can touch it, and where if there's a war, it's accessible during the time of war. Because a lot of these areas, a lot of land masses with people are not going to be accessible.
Yep.
So they got to put certain things over there that they can preserve depending on how bad the fallout is with the war that they're playing. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be careful with these doctrines, man. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Come on. Yep.
And that's what's taking a lot of people in the last days when they believe in the correct thing. Then these false doctrines come out and they start latching onto it, man. Yeah. Because really, Satan plays upon your inner lust. It says that no temptation has taken man except that which is common unto man. Some of y'all's lust is America. Yep. Y'all love this place.
Yep, that's right. This is Jeremiah 5:26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait, as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. Now, when you look at that new doctrine that's coming out, who's the progenitor of it? It's a Jake, bro. Yep. It's a Jake that's bringing that out. He's setting snares for our people, man, and causing our people to be, caught into lies and deception, bro.
You said that America is Egypt,
and Utah is Judah or something.
Land of Judah.
Land of Judah.
And then David's fortress is in Peru.
Come on, man.
Because see, that doctrine came. See, lies compounded on other lies. They're like linked up together.
Right.
There was no slave trade. See, once you eliminate that, then you got to re-explain what this place is. Now here it is. You're Jake. You don't believe you're Israel. The doctrine comes out. Hey, we were always here. All of us were always here. There was no slave trade. Okay, now you believe in that. Then now you believe you're Israel.
Right.
So now you're faced with a conundrum.
Yeah.
Now, if you believe you're Israel, you have to believe in the slave trade or not?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to believe in it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say that this is Egypt and Israel.
Right.
So now you already taught a doctrine.
So now you
got to keep that lie going with another lie.
Come on, man. That's just how it works. That's how it works. Your foundation is going to be the building block of whatever it is that you started off with.
Yep.
If you started off with a lie, you're going to build a building of lies. You start off with the truth, you're going to have a fortress, a solid foundation of truth.
That's right.
So that's just how it works, man.
It's just like the baptism thing.
Yep.
When the Lord put it upon us to discuss the baptism piece, guys had to come up with other lies and try to add other things upon it.
Yeah.
And say, okay, no, it's, now they got to say the name and the Holy Spirit in the Hebrew.
Yeah.
And that's an act of baptism when you say all three names together.
Come on, man.
The other lie, you didn't want to admit that your doctrine was wrong. So now you got to build another lie. What's another one?
Come on.
Lunar Sabbath.
Lunar Sabbath.
When you got caught in the Lunar Sabbath lie to show that Yahawashi rose on the first day of the week.
Yep.
Now you got to come through and say he rose the 23rd day.
Woo, 7 days after.
7 days later that they didn't see him.
So Paul is a lie when he says, I believe that the Lord rose on the third day according to the scriptures.
Yeah.
So now you saying 7th day.
Yep.
So who we gonna believe? We gonna believe a man, or we
You
gonna
believe that no witness saw him until 7 days later.
Come on, man.
See, because you had to build another lie. And that's what all these that's what happens with these lies that people create, man.
Yep.
Is that they keep on compounding them.
Yep.
They have to compound them even more and more, because once it starts being attacked and exposed, then they got to say, okay, let's throw another lie out.
Yep. They gotta keep that thing going. What's that Tommy said on Martin? Keep the lie alive. That's what they gotta do. They gotta keep that lie alive, man. There's another. I think you want to.
Yeah. Look at it.
Yeah.
You got the back. See, you got the back right window.
Yeah. That's these lies, man. Let me see. It's another one I had here in Nehemiah. Where is that at? Nehemiah 10, I think. See, because our people, man, we want so bad to believe into something, but you're looking for an outside source to give you some sort of gratification. You're looking for a man, a redeemer, when our redeemer is, like bro say, he came, left, and rose again, bro. Came, rose again, and left, and y'all looking for him right now.
Yeah.
Y'all looking for a man to fill that spot. Man, he finna get ready to come a second time, and you're gonna be looking for an individual walking around here, man. This is 2:30. I had that joke.
What are you looking for?
That fruit of lies, eating that fruit of lies is Nehemiah something. I thought it was in Nehemiah. Or maybe it's Hosea. It might be in Hosea. I think it might be Hosea.
Here's Sirach chapter 21 and verse 25. The lips of talkers will be telling such things as pertain not unto them. But the words of such as have understanding are weighed in the balance.
All right.
So that guy, man, he's an example of a lips of talkers, man. The lips of talkers will be telling such things as pertain not unto them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that guy does, man. You got guys like that. They make these videos, these intricate videos, to make themselves seem like they're wise, and they basically talking on things that pertain not unto them, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, this is Hosea 10:13. Ye have plowed wickedness, ye have reaped iniquity, ye have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou didst trust in thy way. Woo! Trust in your own way. See, there's a time that everything is basically cycled. Everything goes into cycles. You look at the ocean. It dips out, rivers come right back into the ocean. You're looking at trees, they grow, they die, they grow again. Everything is cycled. The sun comes up, goes down. Likewise with humanity, or with Israel. You're looking at Israel. Israel did the same things over and over and over again. They trusted in their own ways. Mm-hmm. What was that in Judges? Every man did what was right in his own sight.
Yep.
That means you trust in your own ways. So these guys coming out with this information, that's false information.
Yep.
And look, you trusting in your own way, you're going to eat those lies, man.
Yep.
Because that's what the scripture says. Because you trust in your way, you have eaten the fruit of lies. And that's what's happening right now. So whenever a new doctrine comes out, you want to come out and say, hey, look at this, because in your heart you believe that to be right.
Yep.
And see, the scriptures say there's a way that seemeth right unto man, but the ways thereof lead unto death.
Yep.
So you adopting a death lifestyle right there, man.
Yeah, and that's a doctrine, like the brother was saying, that's going to make them want to fight for Babylon.
Right.
They're going to want to fight for Babylon because they believe that this place is the promised land.
Mm-hmm.
But due to false doctrines like that. This is Sirach chapter 22 and verse 8. He that telleth a tale to a fool speaketh one in a slumber. When he hath told his tale, he will say, what is the matter? So, man, these guys that tell tales, man, these people who is sleeping, man.
Mm-hmm.
These are people that are already asleep, man.
Done.
That's why they can tell them these fables and they can believe it, because, man, they already asleep, man.
Yep.
They ain't been woken up.
Yep, that's right. That is so true.
And you got to understand, man, Jake, some of these people are agents, man. Some of these people are either have been programmed through various means. One of them is education, because, see, one thing that happens, a lot of kids are indoctrinated from their youth up. So when they get confronted with truth, they revert back to Esau's systematic way of teaching. And Esau already then created doctrine for them to believe in. So the guy was actually spitting more of a Mormon type doctrine.
Yeah, that's what
you know what I'm saying. So the false doctrine was already there.
Right.
It's just that subconsciously he could bring it out and not realize that there's a program in his head.
Yep. He's just compounding that lie. There was something that you had brought out earlier, man, talking about this place in this Babylon. Beforehand, we were talking about family members who were believing that this place was the promised land.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, the brother had stated this. He said, this is how, now he gave an example from his side of his family, which don't even know my side of the family, and it was the same thing. So it lets you know that the Most High sent that lying spirit out, bro.
Yep.
He sent that lying spirit out.
Because we've had family members that's called this place the land flowing milk and honey.
Yep. And when people start speaking the same thing, man, that's a spirit, bro.
Yep.
That's a spirit.
That's why that's believable.
Yeah.
Because the lie's already out there. Now the dude had to create a whole hour sit-down doctrine with maps saying that this is America's Egypt, and the land of Israel, and this is our land, and we inherited Red Sea was the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
Moab was here. You get on the maps and tell you Moab was here. The Mount Zion is here.
Oh, man.
And y'all believe it. Because Esau already was teaching that back in 1830-something. With John Smith. When he talked to Gabriel, the angel, right? It's just like Muhammad, right?
Yep.
Some of the Lamanites, what they call them?
Yeah, the Lamanites.
The Lamanites. You know what I'm saying? That the natives of this land were actually cursed seed of Israel.
Right.
And they were punished by being given dark skin. You know?
Yep.
And see, they took that out, man. Like I think we was discussing it last week, or I don't know if it was the week before, about how when the Book of Mormon was created when they took out the Apocrypha. Mm-hmm. It was all part of the part of their what's it called? Because see, back in 1830, it was common knowledge amongst the educated that the natives of the Americas were Israelites.
Yep.
This is common knowledge.
That stuff is even known over there in the Holy Land too. Them people understand, according to history. They were even, when I was there, they was even talking about that. They were like, that's funny, because we got into a discussion about Native Americans. It was like, that's funny because the rabbinical whatever over there, they little organization they have, they were up there speaking about that, talking about the customs and everything. But then when it comes to Jake, they don't want to even, oh yeah, Native Americans, but you got the so-called blacks can't get it. They can't get it.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, get out of here, bro. But this is just to let you know, man, about this lying spirit. This is 2 Chronicles. This is 2 Chronicles 18 and 19. And the Lord said, who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one spake, saying after this manner, and another saying after that manner. Then there came out a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will entice him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Lord said, thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so. Come on, man. So they're lying spirits, man.
Yeah, the Most High can have some lying spirits come out to different men that will cause people to fall, because there has to be enough doctrines that are for the broad road. Mm-hmm. The straight way is the gospel. Yeah. But the broad road is very broad, and it has many ways towards that destruction. Yeah, yeah. So within that broad lane, there's got to be multiple doctrines that lead them people to that path of destruction. Yep. Because some people are not going to believe in that doctrine, but they're going to believe in something else. Yeah. And the Most High is that's how a lot of people are going to be led astray. Mm-hmm. Because they're not going to incline their ear unto the gospel, but they're going to rather love lies. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Whoa. See, man, this is a very narrow path, man, to walk. It's almost like you walking a tightrope. Walking this tightrope just to get through this pathway of truth, man. And you got all these obstacles on either side, bro. You fall off that tightrope, man. You fall into a cycle of lies, man. Yep. Degeneracy. So like the brother's saying, like the gospel and the commandments, man, of Yahweh, this is the way of life. This is the way that you have to operate. This is Sirach 19 and 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. See, this is the life, this is the way. The commandments of the Most High, adhering to the gospel of Yahawashi. This is the pathway of life and immortality. But our people continuously go towards the path of death and destruction. Because it's in their heart to do so, you know? Yeah. It tells you, in fact, I'm going to get that. I was going to get another precept to touch on it. He was talking to himself? Yeah. Or he on the phone? Oh, no, he's talking to himself. That's moving his hand. It sounded like he was on a speakerphone or something. That boy's voice is sounding kind of, you know? Yeah. Yeah, so this is part of the setup, man, in these last days, is these lies, man. Now it says, here's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and start at verse 9 or verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
Right.
And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not in the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness.
Come on.
Because what is the whole point of you wanting to save America when America is getting increasingly more wicked?
Right.
Because you have pleasure in unrighteousness that's here. I guarantee you, if you go and you start going through the comments, the dudes probably be smoking weed too.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee you, bro. If you ask them what they think about weed, they're going to tell you that this is herb of the earth, man. You should be able to smoke it. So there's a reason why they want to save this place, because this place, listen, what is here when Esau done chopped down all the trees in all these cities? Right. He done decimated, with American buffalo is extinct practically.
Man, and then you just seen...
Like, what is here, bro? Like, even from a land perspective, it's damn near done.
Man,
it's nothing but rock everywhere. What's pleasing about this place that you want to save?
Right, right. Dude just killed the last black rhino. They extinct now, bro.
Yeah.
There's no more black rhinos, man. They killed all the rhinos, bro. What would be left if this man was able to rule for eternity? And this dude would decimate the whole planet, man.
Yeah. And you know, them Jakes ain't talking about this is America. This is their land, and we want to take over Esau. No, this is our land, and we want equal rights. That's what y'all want. Because I guarantee you, y'all still believe the heathen can be saved.
Right.
You start digging to it, man.
Yeah.
See, the false doctrine has other false doctrines that follow right behind it.
Yep.
They all have, it's just like a name. Like someone telling you the name of the Lord is Jesus. They have other doctrines that are attached to that.
Yep.
So there's other doctrines attached to that belief that America was Egypt, and that part of it is Israel, and the Red Sea was the Gulf of Mexico. There's a doctrine to that, bro.
Yeah.
There's other doctrines attached to it, man.
And you know, as time moves on and on, man, it's going to get more elaborate. It's going to be more avenues up to destruction.
Yep.
And you know, and the mindset of Jake is becoming so degenerate to where, I mean, you can just have a kid come up with something, man, and Jake will fall for it, bro. You have a little kid say, "Oh, the fairies will take you to heaven," and you have grown-ups saying, "Yeah, you know what? Fairies will take you to heaven." That's how bad it's getting, man. This is total idiocracy right here. The movie Idiocracy.
I was thinking about that the other day.
Man, hey, look.
I got that Joker on my computer, man. That Joker is, that's a must-watch if you can watch it.
Hey, man, look. These people were so dumb. They kept on watering the grass with Gatorade. And then the dude was like, "Why you watering the grass with Gatorade?" And they were, now, everybody's response was, "It has electrolytes. It has electrolytes." Dude killing all the grass, bro.
Idiocracy.
Yeah,
Idiocracy. Hey, that's what we're in right now. We're in a state of idiocracy in America.
Man,
we're against idiocracy. We want
some intellect up in here.
We want to make wisdom great again.
Yeah. Hey, the dude comes out and says
he was like the dumbest guy, and he's like in his generation, he's like the smartest guy in the future.
Yeah, man. Dude comes out and he's like, "How are you going to make the crops grow again?" He says, "With water." What is their response? "You mean the stuff in the toilet?" It's like, these boys is through, bro.
Man, it's real bad, bro.
It's getting that way. This
boy, Lil User, is about to drop an album, and he's gone. First of all, you saw that clip where he told the dudes, y'all love my music, y'all going to hell with me.
Yep, he sure did.
So, mind you, his big hit song, I forgot what the name of it, but it was probably the biggest song of like whatever year, I don't know, if it was 17 or 16. When All My Friends Are Dead.
Yeah. That's probably 16. That's
16, it was like
yeah.
probably the biggest song of that year. And in the music video, he shows at the end that he's there with the Baphomet devil.
Come on, man.
In the end, being cast down to the bottom, like.
And look what he told his fans. He says, "I still love y'all," and then the fans like, idiocracy, bro.
And his new album art design, is got the same design as the Heaven's Gate cult.
Come on, bro.
Remember they had the key?
Yep.
They had the UFO with the key symbol. He got the same one as his what's it called? Man, listen, man. They know what they're doing to those young people.
They know.
And all them kids, man, are on pills, smoking weed. Their brains are open to suggestive messages.
These people are through. And you know what, man? You looking at those Edomites who supposedly are they children of people who got bread or whatever. And these are the people that you would have rule over you, man. Cocaine snorting,
Satan worshippers.
Satan worshippers
running around with the pentagram.
Pedophiles.
Yeah.
Come on,
we
bro.
seen this Edomite. I guarantee you start looking at her tattoos, she probably got a Baphomet on there, a 5-point star pointed down. Probably got a Baphomet. Your girl Beyonce got the Baphomet ring.
Yep.
Right? You ever seen it?
Yeah, I saw it.
She got the Baphomet ring, man. You guys don't know nothing, man. A lot of
constantly throwing up the monocortu piece, man. You like, man, these people.
Then the dude, Jay-Z wearing "Do As Thou Wilt."
Aleister Crowley.
But our people look at them as
beacons of light and hope.
People you should look up to.
Yeah.
Oh, Bay is slaying. She's slaying.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah. Jay got, like, you saw that new hip hop Jay. This dude up here constantly up here promoting devil worship, bro. He's up here best friends with the spirit cooker.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a photo with him and her head tied together, man. So that means this boy is the mindset of these satanic people.
Yep.
That's what it means, man. When they show you pictures like that, man,
that's part of that strong delusion. Because don't believe that strong delusion wasn't thrown on them.
Right.
The average Jake guy doesn't have this knowledge, has that delusion upon them. But so your highest ones even have the higher delusions on them.
Yep.
They have the higher level of delusion because when they get into that realm, and these guys had made them rich, made them famous, get them all the things that they want, they're going to do what they say even more.
Right.
They tell them, hey, listen, man, you got to kill one of your friends. And they go out there in a lineup and choose your friend out of a picture, say he got to go if you want to get this deal.
Right.
They'll be like, okay. Because they lusting for more and more in this current world.
Yep.
And that's how wicked this thing is. It's getting more wicked. You know, like I was telling the guy yesterday, he came from Nigeria. His wife had a baby here. And I was telling him, I was like, listen, man, if you go to California, man, all the people are on drugs. Most of the people are on drugs. I said, if you go over there, it's like a zombie land.
Right.
They all on pills, smoking weed. Look at Demi Lovato, bro.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually one degree separation away from Demi Lovato.
Man.
You know, the brothers know.
Yep.
You know, I'm 1 degree separation. I got a family member that's around her. You know what I'm saying? And look at her, man. Through. The girl was overdosing on drugs.
Right.
All you Jakes want to be famous. You want to be famous like these people. These people losing their mind over fame.
Man.
Losing their mind over fame. The girl out there popping pills, doing drugs, and on heroin.
Yep.
Because they do that to control her, man. She's a money machine. That's what they did with Selena Gomez, too. They're all money machines, so they got to drug them up so they can basically talk to them and tell them, hey, listen, you got to do this.
Yep.
Hey, we got another tour. You tired as hell. You already did a bit. Why Beyonce stayed doing tours? She had a baby, jumped right on tour right after. Because they got contractual obligations. You Jakes think that they got money. They're slaves. Yep. They're just slaves with a slave pass, like back in the day.
And see, you cannot go up against these people not prepared or guarded or with the hedge of Yahweh not being upon you. That stuff is going to suck you in, man. Yep. There's no way that a regular individual can be in the midst of that and not be entangled into the web of deception and satanic influence, bro.
Yep.
This is Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And see, this is the only way that you can stand against it, is through this truth. This is the only way, through the commandments of the Most High following the gospel of Yahawashi. This is the only way. Without this way, there is no way. There's only one path. There's only one path. Because without this is what you up against. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. The rulers of darkness in this world are doing, man, these cats are powerful. This is their kingdom right now.
Yep.
How can you withstand? That's like a peasant coming up to the king with this gigantic castle and military might or whatever. And said he gonna withstand them. Man, they gonna come down and mow you over like nothing, man.
Yep.
You know, it's.
And Jake think they're gonna carnally be able to win.
Yep.
Think they're going their own might. Man, we gotta give military.
Yeah,
do this. And you got the woman gassing them up. Yeah, y'all need to be defending us. Man, y'all gotta get out there and defend us.
And look, and you would take the counsel of that, and you would get mowed down just like that, because that's that guy's power. His blessing was the sword.
Yep.
Your blessing is spiritual. Your spiritual power, when you get your spiritual power, that sword ain't gonna mean nothing, man.
Yep. And your brother talking about principalities, there's levels.
Yep.
Because it starts with Satan. Now I'm gonna prove it to you when he was in Luke chapter 4. Now this is Yahawashi 40 days, 40 nights in the wilderness. This is what Satan said him to. He says, this is Luke chapter 4 and verse 5. And the devil, taking him up into a high mountain, showed him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil, see, this is where these flat earthers, they try to come back and say, it showed him all the kingdoms of the earth in a moment of time. Because he couldn't see the other ones in other areas, so he showed him a snapshot of all of them at once, man.
And then they use
not that he went up and it was the earth was flat and he saw all the kingdoms.
See, that's what they use too. And they
oh man, I heard that. I'm just gonna want to make sure I get that out there. Verse 6. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of it, for that is delivered unto me.
Come on.
And to whomsoever I will give it. If thou wilt worship me, all shall be thine. And that's the reason why, see, the prince of this world is Satan. Mm-hmm. Then he has a chosen people that are working through him. And in order for them to maintain that power, they got to push left-handed wickedness.
That's right.
That's why all the elites see, all you Edomites, like the Spaniard Edomite that came here 2 weeks ago, he's an atheist, but his elites aren't.
Yeah.
His elites are learning Luciferianism at their Masonic lodges.
Mm-hmm.
While they're ruling the world.
And see,
they're out there with the 6-point star, the Star of Molech, and they doing sacrifices. They go into Bohemian Grove trying to get the more demonic energy to continue to bamboozle the people. Sometimes they pray to put the wolf to deceive the people even more.
Mm-hmm.
They want to to further their agenda. Destroy families, destroy the nature of what it means to be a man, the nature of what it means to be a woman.
Right.
Show us another way to deceive them and to take it to another level. Okay, look. Satan even gave them the way to make LSD and other drugs, hallucinogenic drugs in the 60s.
Right.
And they did experiments with them and found out how it could touch the minds. And then they started getting into other aspects.
Right.
Marijuana and other stuff. And then they started doing pharmaceuticals and pills to basically dumb down the people. And that principality starts with Satan, then certain elite men and families on the earth.
Yep.
So you're wrestling really against Satan because he's giving him the blueprint.
Hey.
But you think you're wrestling with just a man, but it's really a principality that the Most High gave control of the earth to.
Right.
And that's why these celebrities, when they hit it big and they have a great career, they give them the star of Hollywood. They give them the Hollywood star, which is basically it's a Baphomet star.
Yeah.
The reason why it's inverted up is because it's the notion that they're a positive influence on society. Down means that they're pushing, that they're admitting that they're pushing death and destruction, such as like your military. A lot of your military badges, they actually got the 5-point star inverted on their badges.
Oh.
So a lot of you jakes don't understand, that's all stuff that Satan requires them to do.
It's like on that video shot out, the symbolisms.
Yeah.
Symbolism in the cult.
That 5-point star, you got Jake's telling you the 6-point star is the Star of David, it's a lily. They lying to you, man.
It's not.
They lying, man.
Man, look,
and we ain't going to debate with them. We ain't going to debate with no group about the star, David's 6-point star.
Right.
You guys is pushing the wrong thing, and you know it, man.
And see, and you go to the law on that. There was never, he said, that neither shalt thou make any images in the heavens nor on the earth, in the seas, of humans. He gave you, he covered every aspect. It doesn't matter what it is. If you use that thing as a symbol of worship, it's wrong.
Yep.
Point blank.
It's occultic. Occultic, I believe, means concealed, right?
Hidden
or concealed, like the guy was saying in the documentary. It's occultic. They show it to you, but they're not letting you know the meaning. And the driving source behind that, those 5 and 6 point stars, is demonic.
Right.
You know, that's why when they set up a lot of these, like Texas, they got the Lone Star State.
Right.
Why didn't they make the star look any other way? It had to be a 5-point star.
Had to.
You go to the Pentagon, they got it's basically a Baphomet.
Yep.
So that's where their energy source derives from, man.
Yeah, right there, on the front of that building, right there, big old star, right there in the front of this building, right there.
Yep. But y'all look at it. See, when you're a kid, let me tell you, Doctor. When you were a kid, when you were in elementary school, when you did good on your test, they gave you a star, a sticker star.
Right.
Oh, you made an A on this quiz. Here's a gold star for you. They already programming you when you was a kid, man. See, when the brother was reading that about the principalities and about the spiritual wickedness in high places, they already got a whole system designed for your kids to track over the wickedness, and they reward them with things like, oh, Johnny, you did good. Here's a star.
Yeah.
And it's a 5-point star.
And so what does Johnny equate that with? A 5-point star. That's good.
Yep. And then you see kids, they'll be scribbling. They'll be driving 5-point stars scribbling on their notepad.
All over the place, bro.
You know? They'll be happy. Oh, what about Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers, you get stars. Yeah. When you complete certain levels, it's a 5-point star.
Come on, man.
So congratulations, they already programmed it.
Hey, man, so now when you see that symbol, you saying good.
Yep.
It's good.
Then when someone comes to you with that wicked crap,
woe to those who call good evil and evil good.
You got an Edomite. She out there with a pentagraph on her neck. She's like, oh yeah, I'm spiritual. Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
God. You know,
man.
They got the whole system set up, man. And then you Jakes want to get them Hollywood stars. You celebrate, oh, they done gave Denzel a star. Why Beyonce ain't got one? Beyonce, she need to have a star in Hollywood.
Boy.
Michael Jackson. They're basically saying you fulfilled your level as a lesser luminary.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's all it is. But again, Jake, like it says in Maccabees, by whom they wanted to be like in all things.
Right. The heathens, man.
You got this like Leo Cohen out there taking what culture or music you created and straight abusing it and telling you that he don't care that he's destroying it. In the interview. Man. Telling you, hey, I just signed. Hey, they asked him why you signed guys that promote drugs. He said my family got to eat too.
Come on, man. Out of there.
And you, Jason, be running to him. Sign me. As soon as he signed you, he put you in a dress like he did Young Thug. Got that dude in the dress on his album cover. Made him do it. Brought him out and said, hey, we got a big announcement. Young Thug's album. Come out, Young Thug. Had that boy in a dress.
Had that boy straight in the dress, bro. Totally taking these dudes' minds, man. And then you see what's happening with that. What's that dude's name? That famous dude. He came out against Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep and all them. Mm-hmm. I think his name is Terry. Can't think his name. He's talking about the pedophile ring or whatever. I mean, and now he's been so. Oh man, I gotta figure that dude's name out. He done been so adamant about his position in it, and he's starting to have a little following. So now the smear campaign has started on this cat. These are principalities, man, against these powers, man. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, this world is through. Better get on the good foot.
Man, bro. Well, Jake don't understand, man.
It is, man.
Well, y'all doing these holidays, y'all doing it for Y'all are making meals. Y'all sacrificing unto devils, man. Esau got all that energy compounds to make the system keep going.
Right.
Satan loves that. It takes it to the next level. And now they're pushing pedophilia, bro.
Pushing it heavy.
Heavy, man. They've been the last couple of weeks actually. They've been pushing now strongly to now normalize pedophilia through TED. TED, they had a thing on
what's the thing? LGBT QP. Now the funny thing about that is the LGBT community don't even want them dudes in the mix. And now they over here talking about we should be in the mix. So now you got wickedness fighting against. So that's a house divided right there, bro.
But keep this though. But who's involved in it? Because now when you go into politics and Democrat, Jake, they got y'all. They done push y'all to the Democratic Party, the Democrat. I call them the Democrat Party because everything is completely left. And y'all, you Jakes ran with that intersectional stuff. See, I didn't understand intersectional when I heard it years ago because I never really researched it. But as I started seeing how things were happening, I was like, now I understand what intersectional means. Intersectional is where they could use a group like LGBTQP and bring in a common ground with Jake.
Right.
That's literally what intersectionality is really about. It's about finding a way to peg Jake's struggle with other things that are not accepted as normal in the broader society that they're trying to normalize. And you Jakes is in it.
In it, bro.
You Jakes have to listen. You Jakes got to vote Democrat, man.
Got to.
When they bring up these topics and these issues from these other groups, you got to run with it because you're part of that intersectionality. You see how stupid you look?
It's crazy, bro. And then the scriptures tell you shouldn't put someone of another nation over you. So you shouldn't even be voting anyway.
Come on, Doc.
That should be something that's just totally out of your mind, man.
And anybody who's up there, I don't give a damn if it's Denzel Washington himself, who y'all love. He will be taking orders.
He'll be taking them orders. That's right.
So you can't do nothing about it. This is not. Listen, we are not in the rulership seat in America nor the planet.
Right.
So nobody in this current time and age can be a voted politician and do anything for you.
That's right. Boy. Man, where else can you go, Jake? Where else can you go? There's no other place for you to have any kind of rest, bro.
There's nowhere on the planet you can go. You got Jake, I'm gonna move to Ghana. I'm gonna get Negro, you don't know nothing about them places, bro.
You go on the other side of this planet, I guarantee brother, right, you don't know nothing about this place, man.
Yeah, you don't know nothing about them other countries.
Yeah.
You can say I visited there, you don't know nothing. When Esau starts devaluing their currency even more, and then you realize how bad it is, and they see you got it, because you got them American dollars, they gonna come to your house, man.
Out of there, bro.
Them places you gotta have big walls, like 10-foot walls guarding your house.
With guards.
With guards, man. I know it because I've been there, bro.
Man.
You don't know what it's like to have a small militia that you have to follow your family everywhere you go, just because you got a little bit of money.
Come on, man.
You don't know that feeling, man. I had about 15 years ago. My mom's uncle, my great uncle, he was coming out of his house. Dudes came with AKs and everything, blasting on him. And they had their guards shoot back or whatever, but his driver, which was his main, guy that he hires full time, that travels with him, because wherever he goes, he lost his eye. He lost his eye in the shootout, man. Got a patch over it like Slick Rick.
Man,
people get kidnapped, man. People get kidnapped over there. Just like during the World Cup, when Nigeria was playing their game, one of their players, John Obi Mikel, his dad was kidnapped for the second time. And this he found out right before the game. So how you gonna focus on even playing, doing
while your old man,
while your old man is kidnapped for ransom for the second time?
See, man,
you ain't safe, man. And then and mind you, they're from there, so they know how to move around. Imagine you're not from there, and people come to get for ransom. Then you're gonna get an email from somebody in Ghana or Nigeria saying they need money to let go of your brother.
Through.
You guys y'all gonna be like, oh man. They're gonna be asking for that stuff in dollars too.
Well, it's man,
in cash, delivered to them in Ghana or Nigeria, while you over here in Babylon. There ain't nowhere you can go, man. The stuff is so bad on the planet for our people.
Yep.
There's no rest, man.
No rest.
The Most High made it like that. He made it to where there is no way out, bro. Like Puff Daddy and the Family, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He made it like no way out, bro.
No
but
way.
this gospel, bro, literally. He literally closed off all avenues of peace on the planet for our people.
Yep. So where you have to take that path, man.
Yep.
And see, the problem is our people don't know nothing.
Either you proskuneo, you submit to the beast, or you submit to the gospel. That's literally he only give you two options.
Yep.
Literally.
That's it. Yeah. Hey. That's what he give you two options, just like they were given options in the past when Joshua brought them into the promised land. Mm-hmm. Say, whom shall ye serve this day? He say,
Yahweh or the gods of Canaan on the other side of the flood.
Yeah. As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord, man. So, you only have two options to this thing, man. It's only two options for it. You see, the problem is, just like the book of Hosea, it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. Yep. We don't know nothing no more, man. The priests, it states in the scriptures that the priest's lips should keep knowledge. Mm-hmm. Man, the priests don't know nothing nowadays, bro. Yep. The only way that you looking at all these pastors and everything, man, these people don't know nothing. They're telling you lies, man. They're telling you lies. These cats do not know anything, man. Yep. The only way you're going to have any kind of knowledge is through the scriptures, bro. This is the only way. The Most High has given us a book to navigate ourselves through all this wickedness. This is the only way you're going to be able to survive. Without this book and the knowledge of that inside of this book to show you the way, these words on this page is showing you a pathway to take, man.
Yep. Yeah, it's like the brother said. I mean, this is an example. This is Sirach 37 and verse 18. Four manner of things appear, good and evil, life and death.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is 2 and 2, man.
2 and 2. That's right. Everything is 2 and 2.
That's just a short part of it.
Mm-hmm. Can't get around it. It ain't no purgatory.
Ain't
no middle ground. Yeah.
There's no gray area, man. It's either there's no in between in this.
Yep.
There's either the gospel, because when you go into the book of Revelation, which even is even in the Old Testament, but the book of Revelation summarizes certain things. It tells you that the people, that there was those that didn't worship the beast and those that did worship the beast.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only difference.
Right. Yep.
Then those that worshiped the beast that were alive, they took the chip.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones didn't take the chip. And how they're not going to take it is that they believe in Yahawashi and they have repented, because you have to have faith imparted. You have to have strength of the Lord imparted into you to overcome it. Guys telling you don't take the chip. So ask some guys, if someone doesn't take the chip and they don't believe the name is Yahawashi, they're going to be delivered.
Come on, man.
But then they'll go and run to the scripture and say that Yahawashi is the name above all names by which men must be saved. So they speak in lies and hypocrisy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why we don't talk about the chip all the time, because we understand it's gospel related. If you do your part in the gospel, if we grow and do our part in the gospel, the Lord will take care of everything else.
Yeah.
You ain't going to have to be tempted to take the chip, because you're just not going. He's either going to be feeding you, like he says according to his scriptures, my servants will eat.
Yep.
Or he might take you out beforehand, and you don't got to see it. Or he could deliver you during that time.
Yep.
And then everybody else be, damn, I ain't got no food, the store shut down. And see, when the time comes, that's where they're going to be tested.
Yep.
And if they never believed in him, they're gonna take it, man. Because they've already got a doctrine that's telling them that they're going to make it anyway.
Right.
That's a stumbling block.
Big time stumbling
It's a
block.
stumbling block. Well, listen, they're going to justify themselves.
Right.
Well, let me take this chip and eat. I'm still going to be in the kingdom anyway.
Yeah, because
I'm going to still get on
I'm going to make it on the other side.
I'm going to put hell on Esau, man. You make me starve, man.
Come on, bro.
And then that's how the bamboozle it, man. That's why we're adamant about brothers being on point with doctrine.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to go to these doctrines, because a little leaven leavens the whole lump.
That's right.
A little leaven leavens the whole lump. That's how you get destroyed and taken by these other doctrines, man. Because if you got to believe in a doctrine, this is America, you're going to try and hold on to this place, knowing that it's about to be destroyed. You know, and you're going to be in error.
Yep. Boy. Man, you know, I feel sorry for Jakes, bro. When you just coming into this thing and you just gotta figure, hey, well, it's gonna be according to the will of the Most High anyway if you find your way out of this thing, man. Boy, it's like a maze of deception out here, bro.
It is.
Man, you don't know what you're hearing. Somebody will come up and like that, the one brother we was talking about earlier, he was up there talking about the judgment, then that boy went totally left. He was saying some good stuff in the beginning to Friendly or whatever his name is.
Teferi or whatever.
Yeah, he was up there saying some good stuff in the beginning, but then that boy went straight south. You be like, oh no, my brother, this is not the way.
Yep.
Like, man.
Yeah, just like we were saying to you, that some of these guys are paid. They're paid agents. Some of these guys are doing this stuff for filthy lucre.
Yeah.
You know? And that's part of the reason why you see some false doctrine coming out. You got some people, they're saying what's on their heart and mind, like that Teferi. I can tell he's not an agent. You can tell he's really bugged and bothered by things he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the Most High's ways.
Right.
You got other people, they're doing it for money.
Yep.
Like this is a Sirach chapter 40 and verse 12. All bribery and injustice shall be blotted out, but true dealing shall endure forever. So bribery is not going to take down the truth, man.
Yeah.
You're going to have men that are not going to sell out, that don't care about making a quick buck for money, man, to survive in this place.
Yeah.
Even if they got to suffer and work extra hard, take on a second, third job, barely get rest, they'd rather do that than push lies for filthy lucre's sake.
Yep.
What's with 90s over there, huh?
Yeah, they trying to, you know, it's funny because, man, they have to revert back to old.
They got to recapture the feeling.
They got to, because, man.
You heard of Living Single, they trying to bring in Living Single back.
They trying to bring
this ain't through, man.
It's done.
It's through.
They trying to redo those things
that lets you know that that it's done. Because if you can't create something else and you got to go back like they're doing now, that means you're through.
Look at the music, bro. Music is so through, man. You saw them touch the music. Music is done. So what you got to do? You got to go back to the 90s,
the 80s,
get good music.
Yeah,
man. These guys are pushing degenerate music out here now, man.
Yep, like with your boy Leor Cohen.
Come on, man.
Kahan Shatan. That's what I call him. Leor Cohen. Kahan Shatan, man. Priest of Satan.
The priest of Satan, man. God, bro.
You got y'all Jakes pushing drug music. Y'all got crack baby music, man.
Man.
That don't make no damn sense,
Come
bro.
on. You like, man.
Nursery rhyme rap, bro. They do this, bro. Literally, bro. These guys is literally rapping like it's Dr. Seuss, bro. I think I'm lying. Read the Dr. Seuss and then put Amigos beat over it while you read it. And tell me it don't sound like it.
Boy, bro. Hey, man. This place is
Talk it. A cat in the hat in the back. A rat in the back in the back.
And this dude over here giving like these nursery rhymes, bro.
Yeah.
And he making money off of it. That lets you know, man, Esau, hey man, when the daughters of music are brought low, the grinding cease and the daughters of music being brought low.
This stuff is so true.
Big time, bro. Oh, boy.
You got something?
Nah. got a lot of time.
Okay, 84. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can still go into some stuff.
Yeah.
We're just kind of doing more of a whatever's on the mind.
Yeah, whatever.
Because a lot of stuff was coming out with the false doctrine piece. You know, we watched a couple of guys that just teaching some stuff, heresies. And we're at the time of the end, man. You know, it's very bad out here, man. I don't think you really understand how bad it is. Because see, when you go out to certain parts of like a city, you realize how bad it is, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. We're telling y'all right now, that welfare state is about to be destroyed, man. It's so bad over here in Houston, bro. You know how many young women is selling their bodies in the city, bro? It's freaking ridiculous.
Man, in those areas that used to be prominent areas or clean areas, man, things are being decimated, bro.
These women are not even getting Section 8 anymore because Section 8 got dried up after Hurricane Harvey. So almost throughout most of Texas, a woman that has kids, if she wasn't already locked in with a what do you call it? A voucher, a Section 8 voucher, they're not gonna get it. Period. So they gotta dump their kids off to their mom or aunt or whoever, and basically go and get with some friends and try and make money elsewhere.
Yep.
Because they're not going to be able to get the benefits that they get from. They'll be able to get the food stamps for the kids, but they ain't going to be able to get the other stuff. So if they ain't got no other person to go to, they only going to go to themselves. So you got these women banding together to live and survive together out in these streets, man. So it's bad out here. Jake men already had it bad. It's terrible for Jake men.
Yep.
Out here. I've seen homeless Issacharites, bro. There's homeless Issacharites, man. There ain't no work out here, man. It's bad, bro. Like when I tell you it's bad, bro, it's bad. Esau ain't gonna tell you how bad it's bad. Once they cut them the things that are holding our people up.
Yeah.
Because it said that we were gonna be fed by the face of the serpent.
Through, bro.
It's going to be over. As soon as they cut that benefit, man, all hell gonna break loose among our people, bro. It's gonna be bad out here, man.
Jake just gonna go crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's literally gonna get to the point. You have, I don't, I'm coming in.
See, and Esau has multi-tiered purposes for that.
Yep.
One, when he does that, he's gonna be able to take them children. If he decides to do that, because like you said, he has multiple plans, contingency plans. Mm-hmm. When he pulls out that plug to make it harder for you, he's going to step in with CPS. They're going to take them kids, and then they're trying to pass pedophilia. So what do you think is going to happen to them kids? So they already know how they're going to mess you up, man.
Yep.
A lot of women thought that them kids is going to be their meal ticket. They saw how their mom was hustling the system. They went and did the same thing, got pregnant. Although you got 20 forms of birth control, even though that's, not supposed to be what we're supposed to be doing, but you are using your kids as a stepping stone to live lavishly in this world. And Esau about to pull away the plug on those benefits, man.
And you know what? That's a form of sacrifice right there, man. Similar to the way the women were sacrificing their kids to Molech.
Yep.
Bro, that's the modern day sacrifice right there, man.
Yeah, because starting with the abortion piece.
Yep.
That's how they were sacrificing. When you go to some of these abortion clinics,
they
got an owl on it. There's a couple of abortion clinics that I've seen. They got an owl, which goes back to the Alum Nerva, which is an Illuminati sign. So they understand that every time that these kids are being aborted, that it's a sacrifice unto Satan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the reason why they do that. Mm-hmm. The military, the Pentagon, is about basically doing blood sacrifices unto Satan. That's why they got that. That's why the Pentagon is built like the Baphomet.
Yeah.
Look it up. They got the Baphomet symbol in the building.
Hey,
that's basically what the building is based off of.
Hide it in plain sight, bro.
Yep. It's occultic. It's concealed. Mm-hmm. It's hidden. Yeah. These are the things that are hidden to the naked eye of the people.
Mm-hmm. And it's a trip. That's one of the first things once you start coming into the truth that you start to see. When you get into the truth, you start to see all these symbolisms. Looking at the McDonald's arches and all these businesses and everything, and see that they showing all these little hidden symbols inside, and you're like, oh, it's kind of like that movie with Roddy Piper. Remember that? He had the glasses on.
Yeah.
And he could see. When he took the glasses off, he was like, what?
Then when he put it on, he could see.
He could see. And then everybody he was looking at, he was like, oh, dang. Yep. And then when they saw that he could see, they was like, get it. You know, because his eyes were open to it, man.
Yep.
It's a trip, bro. This stuff is real, man.
It is, man.
It's real.
It's Isaiah 32 and 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vines.
Come on, man.
So all the goodies they're gonna weep for, man.
Out of there.
Oh, I can't get Section 8. They didn't cut it off. I didn't get renewed. I done looked all over the place. Ain't nowhere open. I done went to this county and this county, and they ain't got no more.
Ain't got more. All the goodies gone.
Then you gotta dump off your kids to the ground, and then they go hit the streets.
And then here's the thing. It's like, then there's a solution for it. There's a solution for it. This is 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished.
Yep.
So, man, there's a way out, man.
Yep.
Yahweh and Yahawashi.
Yep.
That's the only way. It's only one way.
Yep.
Yeah, but y'all listen to Oprah and say there are many ways to get to that power we call God. No, it's only one way.
Yeah.
Man, they don't listen to them witches and them warlocks.
Yeah, the gospel's for you. When you go into even John's ministry, a lot of the people that were reviled the most, or had, were the ones that were able to listen to. So, because those people are more down and out and have an understanding that they're really at a low state.
Right.
But Esau tries to pull the wool over their eyes and tell them that what they're doing is freedom, it's liberation. You as a woman should be allowed to do what you want with your body and all this stuff.
Come on.
And then they actually subsidize it. They subsidize your behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They subsidize that behavior. That's the reason why our people, families have been destroyed.
Screwed, bro.
Because they incentivized it. They did something that they really couldn't really do at the level that they did in ancient Rome. Now with them setting up a monetary mechanism the way it is through really digital currency, when you can get these things without even having to see actual paper money or coins. And they basically just incentivize it. They incentivize the behavior. And see, Esau's complaining about his population going down.
Yeah.
But the elites have financed and allowed for Jake to still thrive because they've incentivized Jake to have kids.
Yep.
Now really that's because of they have other uses for Jake children. That's why they got to give them food stamps, because they want the young boys to grow old enough to either be one of two things. An entertainer, a gangbanger, or a drug dealer that will end up in jail that will fuel the prison industrial complex. So they got to feed these kids long enough for them to get old enough to be put in prison. Talking about the young males.
Yep.
And then the women, they continue them to subjugate the men in the community. So it works hand in hand.
Right.
That's
right, man. You see that? It's a trip, man. It's a shame, man. So we have been preaching the gospel. These three chicks just passed by. The one in the middle kind of peeked us out, saw we was holding Bibles and doing that. Had on some real short shorts, but when she passed by, she pulled them down. Yep. Man, it ain't like you're going to put new thread inside the shorts and they're going to come down. You walked out the house. You knew what you was putting on.
Yeah. Now, these women be knowing, man. They play stupid, but they be knowing, man. They be knowing what they be doing. They be looking at the mirror for 30 minutes. You think they don't know what they got on?
Yeah. And then when brothers over here, she's like looking and putting her eyes down there when she passed by trying to pull down.
Unwarranted advances, in the Me Too era.
Come on, man.
Right? As long as it's from a guy that they want to give them attention.
Whoa.
You too, man. Jake was hearing that. Jake, they be over there shaking and stuff.
Right.
if they ain't doing it now.
Hey, be in the middle of the street like we used to see them all the time when they be on that little. I ain't seen the little car come across no more, bruh.
Yeah, man, there's less of those now.
Yeah. They
I don't know if maybe the money isn't good as it used to be, because they used to be coming around a lot. You see them at night though. Sometimes I guess maybe it's too hot, maybe for some of them, or maybe they just feel like it's better to come out at night. At night you'll see them.
Yeah. God, no, boy, I tell you, man. Place is through, bro. Place is through. Well, gotta go back to Mike.
What's up?
Said them boys gotta go back to Mike, man.
Yeah. Music is through, man. Something got a hold of it, man.
Done, man.
Well, it did what it was supposed to do for Esau. Corrupt the masses. That was the plan. Now this is Habakkuk. Let's see. Yeah, you got Zephaniah. Okay, here it is. This is Zephaniah chapter 3 and 1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. She obeyed not the voice, she received not correction. She trusted not in Yahweh, she drew not near to her God. Her princes within her are roaring lions, her judges are evening wolves. They gnaw not the bone to the marrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary, they have done violence to the law. The brother was bringing out, man, our priests didn't have no more knowledge, our leaders.
Yep.
And this is the reason why we're destroyed.
Yep. That's a main thing, man, because without a vision or a guide, the people perish.
Yep.
You have to have in this walk of life, you have to have somebody to guide you into the right way. And that's why the Most High brought forth those prophets and apostles and teachers during those times to keep the people on the path.
Yep.
Because otherwise, if they go, man, they do whatever they feel is right in their own heart.
Yep.
Because most people are not just going to jump into this. You have to have a master who's into the ways of truth to guide the people on the path to keep them going. Because otherwise, productivity stops, reproduction stops. Because if we're giving it to our own selves, man, we'll destroy ourselves.
Yep.
That's just how it is, man. This flesh cannot sustain itself without a spiritual influence of righteousness and holiness. This thing will be through, which is what this place is the epitome of throughness. For lack of a better word, this place is, hey man, there's no guides here, bro.
Yeah, it's finished, man.
And then when brothers come out on the corners and try to be guides, you have to battle through all the rigmarole of other organizations saying this is righteous, and then they doing wickedness and blase and trying to get through the maze of deception, and you don't know which way to go. So what do? You just throw your hands up, say, man, look, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do.
Yep.
That's the mind of Jake. This is how society has produced our people, what type of person is being produced in this day. There's so much confusion and commotion that we just throwing our hands up and saying whatever.
There's a loss for individuality.
Yep.
That's the whole thing, premise of this. It's a do as thou wilt society.
Right.
That's why they push, when they say individualism and freedom and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, that means to do as thou wilt. It's just dressed up in a term that sounds nice.
Right.
That's how Satan gets people.
Right.
He tells them that they need to believe in these particular ideals, and then when you say no, that's not what we should be doing as a people, they say you're infringing upon their freedom, their rights as an individual. And that's why I see when they're trying to push, they're trying to decriminalize pedophilia, and they're going to and try and give rights to your young children to decide how they want to live.
Yep.
Just see, when they encroach upon your rulership as a man of the house, there's no freedom, bro.
Yep.
You're in a society where soon they're going to try and have it to where your kid can be talking to their teacher.
Right.
Or could be on the playground and somebody can approach you.
And see
and get with them and not be charged.
Yeah.
And we said that, a couple of years ago, that the next level is to push that pedophilia and to decriminalize it.
And it's here.
And already, I believe, out of the American Psychology Association, I believe they took out pedophilia as a actual mental illness.
Come on, bro.
Because pedophilia means lover of children.
You look at all your Hollywood superstars are major pedophiles, man.
Yep.
And so,
hey, we're talking about Charlize Theron and her adopted son.
Oh, man. That lady right there. You know, man, the scriptures say that I and thy people are for signs and for wonders. Brothers on the corners of the streets are signs and wonders in this day and time, man. But you see what the prophets had to go through back in the day by the experiences that we having right now.
Yep.
We be up here, man, trying to bring this out, man. People be up there like, look at these Negroes in these dresses, and look at them stupid boys over there. But hey, come on, man. Look, they the downtrodden, man. Who has it worse than the Hebrew man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who has it worse, man?
That's why the first thing this Edomite did was trying to basically exhibit his superiority over us. You know? That's the first thing he tried to do, because they're raised to push that they're better than us.
Yep.
That's why he could come here looking like, just looking crazy, with his hair all over the place.
Yeah.
Wearing long hair like a woman, and he can talk his trash.
Yep.
And we're supposed to be like, oh yes, Esau, you're right, Esau.
It don't work like that.
You're right, Esau. Our skin is actually bad.
Yeah, that's what they want.
A lot of you Jakes believe that though.
Yep.
A lot of you Jakes believe in it. You got a lot of our women talking about you down for the people. You got blonde hair. Right.
Go and take all the life out of your stuff, man.
Yeah.
All the pigmentation, man, just turn it blonde.
Putting on colored contacts. You're supposed to be for the community.
Come on, man. Boy, now their whole representation of beauty is to look like the oppressor's wife. It's like, man, these people are constantly mocking us, bro. It's constantly mocking us, constantly downgrading us, man. And how people want these people to be in a kingdom, man, in our kingdom, bro.
People fed babies to alligator bait, bro.
Come on, man.
They ripped out stomachs of pregnant women and bashed the children against the rocks. This is documented themselves. They documented.
Yep.
These guys cut off Israelite men's rods and save them as souvenirs in their home.
Come on, man.
Pass them down from generation to generation.
Take the bones of all of our great leaders. They go in there and steal Geronimo's bones, and then they sleeping in the bed with them. Yep. These are the type of people that you want to rule over you, man.
They made leather belts out of our skin.
Out of our skin. That's right.
This is written in their stuff now. They wrote this, not us.
Hey, and still hanging strange fruit from the trees.
Yep. They found all them dead bodies out there in Sugar Land.
Come on, man.
And it's not too far from where my parents stayed.
So they let you
out
know.
There in Fort Bend, man. And when they were building up a high school, they were digging the foundation and they found bones in the ground from back in the early 1900s of Jakes that they basically put in slavery under the 13th Amendment. They charged them for crimes such as just actually speaking to a white woman. what got you thrown to go work the sugar canes. And sugar cane is the most brutal thing that you can harvest. That's what the Haitians' ancestors were doing on the island of Hispaniola. It was a big sugar cane plantation, and the average person lived like 2 or 3 years. That's how brutal it was to harvest sugar cane. So over there, Sugarland, this is what I didn't know. The nickname for that Jake called it, or that even Esau called it, was hell on the Brazos.
Dang, I didn't know that either.
Because it was one big plantation. That's where imperial sugar comes from.
That's funny.
And they threw Jake in jail. Mm-hmm. And you know this name, Kempner.
Yep.
Kempner, there's a high school called Kempner High School. This is an Edomite, so-called Jew, that owned land out there and had Jake in his company. The state was leasing Jake prisoners to work their plantations to the point of death. And one of them kids was as young as 14.
Whoa.
So for y'all to run into a fake Jew that claims our identity, you need to look up I.H. Kempner, Kempner. You need to look up him. That was a guy that was a so-called Jew that had land and had Jake in serving bondage on his plantation to the point of death.
People don't care, man. People don't care.
These liar Kohan Shatan gonna tell you, oh, I'm a Jew. Oh, when Public Enemy was talking about the Jews being evil and yada yada, you know what I did? You know what I did with Chuck D? I took him to the Holocaust Museum. You Negroes bite that stuff all the time. That hoax, that lie, man, is well documented as a lie, man, and that's not even that's from legit sources.
Yeah. You know the numbers kept on changing every year.
Yeah, because see what you gotta understand, and you can prove this by looking it up. Them gutter rats is already leaving Europe back in the late 1800s, going back to the time of Theodore Herschel. Mm-hmm. That's why if you look up every single so-called Jewish famous person, look up their history, man. Right. Look when they people got here. Look up Steven Spielberg. Look up all them people. What's this guy? What's this guy that was accused of
Weinstein.
Mm-hmm. All of them. Look up all their history.
Yeah.
Find out when their parents came over here. Find out what countries they came from. You're gonna see that 6 million basically migrated.
Yeah.
From the late 1800s all the way to 1939. They had multiple aliyahs going on to Palestine.
Yep.
To what was called Palestine at the time, even during the time of the Ottoman Empire. You guys don't know this, man. Guys like Ben Yehuda.
Yeah.
Ben Yehuda, them guys is long gone. Mm-hmm. Look it up.
Yep.
So they just put a big Houdini. They got in every major city. They got a Holocaust museum. But they don't care about what you're going through, not only in the past but now. But the Most High required that which is past.
Yep, that's right.
And they're going to have to see that judgment, man. They're just going to have to see it.
Yep, that's so true. Oh, I'm trying to rain on us. Yeah, let's bring it out. This is Ecclesiastes 3:15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and God requireth that which is past. Come on, man. What is that one way it say, and his name is man, and it is known as man? That's in Ecclesiastes. I can't remember where it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's in Ecclesiastes.
And it is man, because which is already named, yeah. And it is man, because it goes right along with this scripture right here to kind of give people understanding.
You got it?
No, I can't remember what.
Let me get this real quick while you find it out. It's Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, and they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So they got to get punished by that through their progeny.
Yep.
It don't matter what they did, man. It don't matter, oh, I wasn't part of that. Listen, when you talk about the elites did it, but when you go through lynching pictures, those are low-level Edomites that was doing it.
Yep.
Those are low-level Edomites doing regular work, working at the union at a factory.
Yep.
And then they decide on a Sunday that they're going to go do lynchings. I don't see no rush out there, so all y'all got to get it, man. Everybody got to get it, man. Listen, when our nation went into captivity, the kings went in just like the lower level ones.
Yes, sir.
Their sons went to captivity with them. Their wives went to captivity. Everybody.
See, the Most High deals with nations.
Yep.
He don't deal with individuals like that. So when the so-called righteous man in the midst of Israel during that time, because there were righteous men still along during that time, guess what? They got it too.
Yep.
Of Israel. The prophets who were still receiving visions and the Most High was still talking to them. They got it too.
Yep.
They went into captivity. So and I don't want to hear nothing about nobody talking about, oh, she's innocent. Nah, look at all these righteous brothers and sisters who were operating in the spirit of Yahweh through his son Yahawashi, and they still got the same judgment as these wicked ones got.
Yep.
So that lets you know that the Most High deals with nations in that sense, bro.
Yeah.
So, because, man, these people kill me with that stuff, man. Oh, innocent. Oh, she didn't do it, man.
Well, I didn't know my people didn't own any slaves. We came after slavery ended. We migrated. We came. No, you all benefited from it, because guess what? When your grandfather was here, what did he do?
Right.
When he came off the Ellis Island,
right,
or when he came to Texas from Germany, Poland, wherever, back in the late 1800s, what did your father do for us?
Right.
Now, what did your grandfather do for us? Not a damn thing.
That's right.
So he was complicit in it.
That's right.
Ain't no such thing as a good Edomite. It don't exist.
Yep.
It don't exist. You have an Edomite that might do something good for you, but a good Edomite don't exist.
Yep.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18. See, in verse 10. But on the other side, there sounded an ill. This is talking about the Egyptians, right? Because remember, Pharaoh had a decree that all the male Israelite boys that are born should be killed. The lower level ones didn't do that. His servants, his taskmasters, they didn't come out with that decree. But let's see what happened. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 10. But on the other side, there sounded an ill-according cry of the enemies, and a lamentation noise was carried abroad for children that were bewailed.
Right.
The master and the servant were punished after one manner, and like as the king, so suffered the common person.
Come on, bro. I'm finna back it up with this. This is Genesis 15 and 13. And he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years.
Yep.
And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge.
Yep.
And afterwards shall they come out with great substance. That nation, bro.
Yep.
The nation of Edom is going to be judged.
As a nation.
As a nation.
It said in there that the king and the common person got the same punishment.
Got the same thing.
And that was talking about the Egyptians.
Come on, bro.
Meaning when he laid that decree to kill all the firstborn, it was even the common poor Egyptian.
Yep.
And the Pharaoh.
Come on.
If the Pharaoh had a son, he was killed.
Come on, bro.
He didn't say, I'm going to just kill Pharaoh's seed. He said, no, all the first son, I don't give a damn if it's a servant of Pharaoh or if it's Pharaoh himself.
That's right.
Kill him.
Take him out. Hey, the Most High was so high, he knock out the firstborn of the cattle, too.
Yeah.
Man.
He said, even do the animals, man.
Do the animals, too. Come on, man.
Hey, man, Most High be having beef with beef, man.
Oh.
Major beef.
Hey, man. Hey,
he want all the smoke.
hey, boy.
He want all the smoke, man.
Hey, boy, you know that. Hey, man, that's.
Let you know he mean business.
I mean,
I'm killing the animals too, man. Your kid done died. You went outside. The animal died too.
God, dog, boy. And you know what? It's funny, man, because they had this dude over there in Israel. He tried to come up with this all these explanations about the Bible saying, oh, yeah, we figured out how the water became red because there was this red tide that comes through that area. Dude was straight liar. And then he comes up, oh, yeah, the firstborn died because of blase. He come up with this stuff. But fool, how did the firstborn of the animals die? But he ain't mentioned that inside his little dissertation. He's up here trying to prove everything that happened in the Exodus. And he's a so-called Amalekite, you know. Yeah. And he up here, man, just lying, bro.
You Edomites are not, you Joe Six-Packs, you Joe Six-Pack Edomites are not going to pass the buck to the elite. Y'all got to foot the whole bill because even your elite gave y'all perks in our captivity that we didn't get.
Right.
He gave y'all perks. Yes, they got the big lion's share of the pie, but they gave you other perks.
Yep.
For many years, even till now, it's legal to kill us.
Yep.
And get away with it. In Florida, they have to stand your ground law. It's legal to kill a Jake.
Yep.
They even have all the cases when stand your ground was used as a defense for a a so-called black on black stand your ground case, a black versus white, a white versus black. They saw that it was positively, overwhelmingly used in cases in which the victim or the person that was killed was a so-called black man and the assailant was a so-called white man. Mm-hmm. When it was everything else, it was in the negative, meaning that they overwhelmingly were shot it down as a mechanism for defense.
Right. That's right.
So they gave y'all the ability to have fun killing our people.
Yep.
As sport.
And that's part of the scriptures too. They will do it without provocation, man.
Yep.
You know.
Y'all would why y'all got something called the Oklahoma Sooners. What's the history on that? What's a Sooner? Right?
Yep.
Now, here it is, y'all done expelled all these Native Americans to Oklahoma, push them out over there, only to have other Edomites come through and take the land that you supposedly pushed them out to.
Come on.
All y'all gotta get it from the bottom to the top, man. From the baby to the old man.
That's how it's
That's how the Most High got it. We didn't say it.
Look, hey, look. Like the
we didn't say it.
The Moses, it happened to us. And it's only fair.
Yep.
Come on, bro.
Like one of your own master teachers says, every action deserves an equal and opposite reaction.
Come on, bro.
Like our law says, do unto others as like you would have it done unto you. Ooh. For this is the law and the prophets. You went and did that to us.
So it's going to be.
And so you said it's okay for us to do it to you. Man. That's basically what you said.
Hey, Ezekiel 25:14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord Yahweh.
Yep.
So, y'all, he used you as a tool, a whipping stick for us, and you know what? The same gonna be done to you, but double.
Yep.
That's all it's gonna be.
You're gonna drink of that cup.
Yep, that cup. Yeah, we drink of. Those who are not supposed to drink of that cup have surely drank it. Now you gonna drink that cup.
Yep. Yeah, this is like the last hurrah. That's why these Edomites is bugging out.
Yep.
And they calling cops on Jake just for breathing. Esau's calling cops on Jake, man.
Yep.
You know?
And the reason why you're doing that, it's a spiritual thing because it's inside your heart to do that. Yep. And the reason of that spiritual hatred goes way back to Jacob and Esau, and it just perpetuates. So this is Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. So, man, it don't matter, bro. Him that passeth out, that means the brother that's on the outskirts, and he that is in the midst.
Yep.
It don't matter. You will never be able to escape it, man.
Yep.
And what's happening is the spirit of your wickedness has touched every nation upon this earth, and you even though you're still in power,
you're increasingly hated.
You're increasingly hated more.
Yep. and they know it, man. Like Edomites that are in tune with what's going on a global scale know that they're hated, man.
Yep.
They know, man. They know that we have a problem. The world hates us, man.
Yep.
And now the world is rising up against you, man. They're starting to see that your way was a lie. You cheated a lot of people because really you did it at the expense of our people.
Right.
But then the stuff that you promised that they were going to get, you disenfranchised them. So now they're like, shoot, we got to figure out a way to destroy this man.
Right.
That's what they're planning, man. That's what China's been planning.
Hey man, look, China has watched the way you operated for years. That's why in the book of in the Apocrypha, it shows that thou are like old Babylon. They like because they done mimic everything you're doing, and they're like, okay, we got the program of these fools now. We see how they operate. I mean, we gonna just go ahead and calculate steps. Boom, 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 until that time come, and then they gonna come and bring thunder too.
Yeah, it's at the time of Edom is over, man, and that's why they're having natural reactions to like they're overreacting. The whole Make America Great Again, all that stuff is part of their insecurity of them losing out on their power. Even though they know they're in a power seat, they know that they're going to have to do something drastic in order to keep it, and they're still going to fail. They don't know they're going to fail, but they know that they have to do something drastic in order to keep their power. You know, this is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. This proves that Edom is the end of the world, man.
That's
because if he's gonna, why is he talking about Edom, and also in that same sentence saying he's no longer going to carry us into captivity? If there's not a correlation with the end of our captivity and the end of Edom's rule.
That's right. Come on, man.
So who's Edom? Who is Esau Edom, like the book said?
Whoever that man is, I don't want to be in. Hey, man.
See, that's what messes up Edomites when they hear this stuff, man. You know, in the new Mission Impossible, you know they got the group that they're going up against. One of the groups that they're going up against is called the Apostles.
Come on, man.
That believe that they got to change the world through destruction, nuclear attacks.
Wow. Boy.
Attacks on the Vatican and other places.
Boy. It said that's how they speak to each other.
Yeah.
They speak to each other
because they know where their doctrine is coming from as far as nuclear destruction and it being a changer. Now that's part of the Watchmen. The Watchmen movie that came out like, what, 15 years ago or so? The comic book movie called The Watchmen.
The Watchmen.
Mr. Manhattan.
Oh, yeah.
They were trying to do the nuclear bomb thing. To basically change the order of the course of the world. By basically doing that destruction, but the plan was foiled. You know, was foiled at the end. That goes back to the same thing. See, their destruction is going to be by fire, and they know it. They know, but they want to be the one that implements that fire by basically kicking off a nuclear war. And they're hoping that by destroying parts of the earth, that after the fallout and everybody passes away and the elites get out of their rocks in their hiding places, they're going to take over and basically rule from there. And that fear and the mass death from that event will lead them to have an easier chance to rule and move into a newer age of complete control.
Man.
That's why if you read the Judge Dredd, the movie, they had a comic book and it was based on a post-apocalyptic world. A lot of movies is based on a post-apocalyptic world. Movies like the Book of Eli, movies like Divergent.
Divergent,
Those are post-apocalyptic movies. Because they're planning on creating such mass death that they will have a new world order system set up completely with the reduction of the world's population.
And see, that's why it's so important to kind of stay up on this truth, because you want to pray that the hedge of the Most High be around you. Because this is the only way you're going to be able to get through it, is through having that hedge around you.
Yeah, just like the guy, Terrio. he's worried about the fact that he really realized he doesn't have no really true choice.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to hope that you're part of that number that the Most High is going to help you battle through and overcome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to get stronger and stronger as much as you can and keep battling.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to keep battling, keep talking amongst one another, encourage one another, keep everybody focused on amongst all these distractions.
Yep, that's right.
The more important things are.
Yep, that's right. Because see, amongst us, we'll throw articles out there showing each other how bad it's getting out there. Yeah. Because you don't want to be in the dark about anything. You want to see what's going on this planet, and you be like, you see the stuff, and you like, dang, man, look how bad this is getting, bro.
Yep.
This thing is getting worse and worse. But if you're not feeding, because we always in the news. All the brothers in here that we affiliated with, we all in the news, and we always constantly shooting articles. And this brother brought out a good thing that the other brothers and even myself took to heart, is to put them scriptures in your ears. Yeah. Just ride, man, and just put them in your ears, man. Hey, that is one of the most important pieces of information that I took, and I was like, man. That was straight gold right there.
Yeah.
You never think about that stuff. You driving in your car, you're
brainwashing.
Yeah.
You see, when it talks about sanctification and renewing of your mind,
right,
you're basically being brainwashed.
Right.
Brainwashed meaning cleaning things out of your brain and implementing something else in it.
Right.
So when you get into that mode, you're basically brainwashing yourself to be a scriptural thinking person.
Yeah, because as soon as I get in my car, man, no radio's coming on, I'm plugging it. I got it on my phone. I just plug them into my ears, and I'm just rolling.
You can listen to a whole book on your John, just on a road back.
Come on, man.
Listen to half of Proverbs, listen to, and just be getting them in your ear, and then you be like, man, I remember it. Yeah. And then you think when you see things, you'll remember certain things.
Yeah.
Like, man, when you see something happen, you're like, man, it's like that scripture, such and such.
Man, that thing, I wish I'd have known it, but hey, I got it when I was supposed to. But man, that thing right there is some heavy stuff right there. And it don't matter how many times you hear it, man, because most people, oh man, I heard that 30 times. Well, hear it 30 more times, man.
Yep.
Just keep on hearing it, because it says, because this thing is about building up your faith. It's about building your faith through Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Right.
And faith cometh by what? By hearing.
Yep.
By hearing. So if you keep keep them gospels, keep the scriptures in your ear, increases your faith, man.
Yep.
Keep them stories pumping in your mindset, man, and then you start looking at the world and you start seeing how people are operating. You're like, dang, that's what the gospel said.
Yeah.
That's what they did in the Old Testament. They did that, man. It's a beautiful thing, man, to see that stuff manifest to you, man. It's good, man.
Hey.
Big fellas.
Hey.
One of y'all brothers got extra Bible with you this evening, huh?
No.
Next time you come out, will you bring an extra one with you?
All right.
Will you bring one to give away next time you come out?
All right. Okay. All right.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
Okay.
You know what, man? See, one thing for me, man, I'm not necessarily one I don't really like giving people money.
Yeah.
But I'll go and spend some money on the word to give to somebody. It was another brother that came out here. We don't see him no more. He asked it. He thought I forgot. He said, hey, brother, will you give me a Bible? I said, man, I got about 12 Bibles at the house. I put it in my bag. Kept on coming out here, having a Bible in my backpack all that time. He hadn't come for like 3 Saturdays. Then that 4th Saturday he came up. He said, hey, bro, I bet you don't have that Bible. And I said, I bet you I do. Pull that Bible, I give it to him. Hey, it don't matter if he was asking for it, man, I give him a Bible. I'll go give him a Bible. Anything to get this word pushed out, man, no matter how a person looks or nothing.
Yeah, because Esau never wanted our people to read.
They never wanted our people to read.
For this very reason.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, this stuff is so heavy. The reason why Esau didn't want us to read, because he didn't want us to understand this. Not his other books.
Right.
Not all the crap that he was writing.
Yeah.
His Darwinism.
His Darwin, yeah. You don't care. You don't care about that.
It was this book right here.
That's why they was killing you, Jakes, man, when they found you read these books back in the old times.
Because he knew this contained power, man.
Yep. As I had to say in the book of Eli.
Yep.
If you have this book, you can control the world.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yep. That's why you're all you Babylonian lovers. Your top Mason, George Washington, he knew he had to read this, man.
Yep.
Look up the Masonic Bible. This is a required book that they give them when they go to a Masonic lodge.
That's right.
Then they teach them about the left hand and stuff. They teach them about worshiping of idols.
Yeah.
Hiram. See, there's some heavy stuff, man. A lot of stuff, man, is so heavy. You guys don't even understand how heavy it is, man. Hiram was over here. Hiram over here left idol landmarks with them Olmec stone heads.
Right, he sure did.
And different things because he probably knew that Jake was eventually going to live over there.
Yep.
That's how deep it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, man, he said, I'm going to leave this stuff over here so when they finally come over here and live here, they're going to go into idolatry.
Because see, don't get it twisted.
Hiram was a left-handed guy.
Was a left-handed.
Now, he was a friend of David and Solomon.
Yeah,
but they knew he was left-handed.
Right,
because
right.
They knew he was a heathen.
And check this out. When you go into the book of Numbers, you had a dude by the name of Balak.
Yep.
Balak had a vision while he was yet standing, and he showed the vision of Esau being put in captivity from Jake. And then
Jake back in the book of Numbers.
That's in the book of Numbers. So
y'all guys don't understand.
Man, come on, bro.
Come on, man.
These prophecies, man, have been a long ago, bro.
That's why David understood when he was saying in Psalms, remember, O God, Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of judgment. Because when you go back into the law, see, you got to remember, they just had the law. They didn't even have Isaiah, because Isaiah wasn't around during that time.
Yep.
They didn't have Jeremiah. I'm talking about David.
Yep.
They just had the Torah.
That's all they had, bro.
And probably just the wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, and all the other stuff he wrote.
Which is why all of those kings were prophets too. They were getting visions while they were in that throne position, bro.
Yep.
They were getting all those visions.
So they knew just through reading the Torah that Esau was going to rule in the last days and was going to go down.
Yep.
Because when you read the vision that he had, that the guy had in Numbers 23, the vision showed him that Israel was going to do valiantly, man.
Yeah.
He showed them in captivity, showing them going straight. Beast mode.
Yeah, beast mode. Hey.
And he was like blown away, like, yo, these people are the best people. Oh man, if I could be the children of Israel.
Come on, man.
These people are going to do. But he saw. You got to understand what he probably saw. He saw our people in a low condition against a power of people that were so mighty and powerful.
Right.
And then he saw the Most High raise them up and them do and take over the globe.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Because the Most High going to have a war. It's going to be a war with the elect versus the world, man.
That's exactly.
You don't understand how cold it's going to look to on that day.
You know what? It's basically, you got to picture it like this here, because everything that happens in the New Testament is always an Old Testament reference. When they went to battle, and all those men that the Most High had, he said, "Now cut them down. It's too many." And he got down to 300 men and took these people down. The elect is going to be a small group against a whole planet, bro. And guess what? He gonna take them down just like he did. Everything is a shadow of what's gonna happen.
Shadow of things to come.
That's it, bro. That's it. It's amazing, man. See, when you get them stories, when you keep that Bible in your ear, bro, the stuff just be like, you be like, man, that matched this.
When you listen to it, you start remembering other precepts.
Come on, man.
And like Yahawashi says, he says, those that believe on me, I'll raise up on the last day.
Right.
That raise up, the word means raise up to battle.
To raise up to battle. Now, everything is processed. It's always a process in a battle. This is a battle right here. We spiritually on a battlefield right now, battling for the minds of men.
That's right.
And so now, what happens is when that cutoff time comes, it's not going to be for your minds. It's going to be for your target, for your butts. It's going to be a physical thing. And so you want to make sure you're on the right side. You know what I mean? Even though the numbers look formidable against you. But we got a mighty power, man.
Because Esau, when you look up, they have videos, infographics. They have it's a good series. I think it's called Infographics. It's like a very popular YouTube channel. And they put information. They put like who's the top military, Russia versus America. And you look at all the military might of both of those countries,
right?
And you tell a group of men like us that you're going to take over these people on a carnal level,
it's impossible.
It's impossible. When with Yahweh, all things are possible.
Yeah.
And that vision was already shown.
It was already shown, bro.
He said they're going to do valiantly, meaning it's going to be they're going to be legends, man. It's going to be legendary status, man.
Yeah, see,
the other nations going to be like, man, dang.
Hey, look,
they're going to be mind blown.
And you know what? And I know even right now, you can't even conceive that in your mind.
Yeah.
Because even the amount of power that's going to be given to the elect to manifest the power of Yahweh against the enemies. Because just like Yahweh said, everything that's given is given from our Father. Everything that's going to be given to us is going to be given from the Father, and He going to put that in if your mindset is not on the mindset of destroying your enemies, your mind will be in the set of destroying your enemies during that time.
Yep.
Because you're going to have the mind of Yahweh during that time, man.
He's just going to put His anger within you. Right? He said,
He going
according to mine anger.
According to mine anger, man. That's going to, woo! Man, this is Job 27 and 13. It says, 12, behold, all ye yourselves have seen it. Why then are ye thus altogether vain? This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall weep. And his widows shall not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. Hey man, that's all to you, elect people of Israel.
Yep.
Elect people of Israel, that's to you.
Yep.
So man, this wicked man got all this stuff.
Saving it for somebody else to take over.
He's saving it for somebody else, bro.
You know, in fact, there's a couple of us that get that. Was that Sirach? That's Sirach 12 and 10.
Let's see.
What's it? Unrighteous dealings.
Sirach 12 and 10.
Sirach 12.
Let's see.
Which is done by the sea.
12 and 10. Yeah, it says.
Brothers, keep it up, man.
All right, bro. Yeah, this is Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as an iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take he good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his wrath hath not been altogether wiped away.
10 and 12.
Is it 10 and 12?
It's not 10 and 12. It's what's it called? Hold on, I have it.
Oh, okay. This is Sirach 10 and 8, and it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's what's happening, man. That's what's going to happen.
Yep. So all the stuff that they got is going to be translated and turned over.
Yep.
You know, because they dealt unrighteously. How they obtained it was through lies, wickedness, deceit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like gold and silver. Yep. They made everybody get on fiat currency. That's deceit.
Mm-hmm. And you see
the whole world is on fiat currency, man, because of this man.
And you see what they're doing right now. Everybody's constantly looking at the monetary, the fiat currency thing, going up and down. All the while, all of these nations are hoarding gold and silver right now.
That's one of the reasons why they're fighting with China in the South China Sea, because there's gold on some of them islands.
Yeah.
And China is stockpiling as much gold as possible because of they're preparing that if the collapse of the system that it might go back to the ancient system. but they're going to lose it too.
Yep, and you see what China's doing over there on the continent. They going into all those, you know, putting up their little companies and they're oppressing those Africans over there.
They're oppressing
everybody pretty much.
Yeah, they're oppressing pretty much just neo-colonialism. That's all it is.
And the funny thing is that they're going over there to those kings who have armories of gold over there, man, and they're trying to get their tentacles all in the midst of them and take what they have. You know, it's funny how
because they took that from Esau.
Yeah.
They learned about colonialism.
Yeah.
And colonialism, what they're doing is they're coming to them countries over there in Africa as a lesser enemy. That's how they present themselves.
Yep.
Look what they did to you. We could do better.
Yeah.
A better partnership and help your economy grow.
That's right.
And then now they're doing these contractual agreements, and then they're getting played too.
Yep.
They're getting played too for their resources. You know, so they're stretching their sphere of influence from the Asia over there, you know, the South China Sea.
Yeah.
They have different treaties with like the Philippines and all the surrounding countries, and they have a large control of the economy. If you go over there to the Pacific side, there's a lot of Chinese immigrants in all these other countries. Malaysia, Singapore, even Japan, places like New Zealand, Australia.
Yep.
If you go to Australia, there's a gang of Chinese people over there doing business. So they're establishing their sphere of influence through the means of traffic.
Yeah.
Which is business. You know, basically commerce. And then they're stretching that sphere of influence out over towards Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to battle for that hegemony, that control over the earth, man. And of course they're partnering with Russia because Russia has a proximity to the rest of Europe that could also destabilize NATO.
Yep.
So it's all forming into a war.
Hey, what you guys got here?
We're preaching the gospel.
No, what are you guys? Israelites or Hebrew Israelites?
We're Israelites.
Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, we're believers in the gospel, does it? You can be an Israelite and not believe the
Are you guys
gospel.
on YouTube at all?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're not the same guys that were here last time when that gay whole thing was going on? You guys were out here? No, wasn't it?
Were you here then?
Nah, you probably talking about those guys on the
He
corner?
was singing at the June, I think it was. Gay thing, you know, whole big parade. And there was this group out here. I met somewhere like in Main Street somewhere.
You probably in McKinney and Maine. That's
probably
where you
down there.
You met
That
them.
wasn't you guys?
No,
Yeah, that wasn't us. We were here that day,
But we
didn't discourse with anybody that day.
It was the same group.
No, we're not the same group. We're not.
Was it the same group that was here still about a week sometime later? Preaching over there near the
What were they wearing? Were they wearing purple?
some park over near the library?
They got purple on?
I don't remember. But I thought it was
Because there's some guys over on Main and McKinney.
Okay.
There's like more. They're a bigger group than us.
So I talked to them. They said they were on YouTube.
Yeah, they're on YouTube too.
And I said, okay, whatever. And then they said, well, you shouldn't go anywhere. We're right here. We got an office someplace. They stay. We travel about, but they got a place here in Houston.
Oh, you're probably talking about IUI. Those must be.
Were they wearing purple?
They have purple. Because that's
Well, it's kind of characteristic. You guys know.
Yeah, those guys actually have a place where they have the ones that you spoke to. It's not the ones on McKinney. It's another group that's further down. It's a group of them. They have a bullhorn
By the train station?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're by the train station, that's IUIC.
Yeah.
So you guys are travel about too?
Huh?
You guys travel about too? The country?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little
But
bit.
you guys will stay here? You come here?
We mostly stay here.
Yeah.
And then? They're from
The ones that wear purple, they have multiple groups.
Yeah.
And they travel.
They travel a lot.
They travel a lot.
They shoot out of the country a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. But are you from Houston?
No, California. The Lord told me to get out of Babylon, California.
What'd you say?
The Lord told me to get out of California.
Oh, get out of California? Oh, okay.
And, so it was after I left California to get a better understanding about my relatives.
Uh-huh.
My grandmother, on my mom's side, was the greatest witch here in the United States.
The grandest witch?
Greatest witch. They had to do relatives. They were telling me this. They only told me once. They took such pride. And then when I gave my witness, like, I was astonished. Like, I didn't know this. They told me. I told us. birthday today. It was when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
So the Lord brings back to my recalling and remembrance after I leave California, then He really tells me the truth about all of them. So the language of my grandmother, being the greatest, popular, famous, popular, rich, from Texas, they all head over to California where I was born, and my mind was taken captive when I was born. So I turned out, the Lord reveals here to me, pretty early on when I entered the church, I was prophet. So, but these people in the United States people are straight to believe in must land so to exalt, because me, fill me with myself and exalt myself, cause me to do so. So I get here, the Lord brings me to the star roof, then I come to terms with what's happening, I confess my wrongs, and the Lord restores me. He is faithful with me, and my place with Him, and having prayers and being heard in me. I confess my sins, I totally repent. Then He starts to really hurt me. Okay? And that is that when I was in my mother's womb, that my grandmother and one particular uncle, I don't remember hearing, and many others, I remember them too. And my grandmother was in front of me, and she was rich, and she was intended to cast some kind of spell and possibly vex me entirely or destroy me something. And the Lord alerted me who was in front of me from inside the womb. And it quickly told me who she was running, sort of a vision that later on she was running in my life, my grandmother. And then I cried to her for help, because it showed me she was going to do something horrible, working in some kind of evil thing. I cried to him for help, of course I was in the mood. And he bid me, don't speak to her and judge her. So I did. I don't know, some manner of way of, I guess, the Lord understood what I did. And so what the Lord did was He stripped her of all her powers. Stripped her of all her powers. So when I was there, they were required to tell me about this. Don't you remember? They were always saying it. Don't you remember? People put my life. I never been able to remember because they did something else. It caused me to lose memory and everything that happened with the Lord. So throughout my life, they would always come to do things because I was going to put you remember, and they always expect me to remember. And distraught that they couldn't give me her because they did remember to me or something. So they want me to forget. But throughout my life, everybody is my bear witness. Everyone knows more than the Lord to bear witness to. It's what they know, they won't tell me. So it's fulfilled in what the Lord says. He sends great illusion. They believe a lie, they should believe a lie, and they all might be damned that have pleasure in righteousness. I mean, that they
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, he's ready.
So this is fulfilled in them that won't bear witness to the truth like we are. Okay? Now, I don't fault anyone, even my relatives, but I find out they were all following my grandmother to forsaking this estranged from the Lord.
Was she living in Austin? Was her grandmother, what city was she living in Texas?
I don't know.
Because Austin is heavy has heavy witchcraft. I lived in Austin. It's very heavy. I mean, here's bad, but Austin is like
on another level.
It's like a subculture there almost of Austin.
Austin, Texas.
I mean, everywhere is bad.
Houston's bad too. Look at these buildings and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, I know about that. But now here's what the Lord shows me. He's getting ready to seal His servants. Okay? And so, I went to choir to exalt myself, but they were responsible for it, and I repented of it. Okay, but those that don't repent don't get it from the hell time. So, they'll be believers. But here's what He showed me, that there's a storm coming from the north, and He showed me His word, first and third is Benjamin, to gather yourself together and prepare. So this is Benjamin, verse 6, it says He's the least and He leads the rest. So then, I think they've been paying attention to what my brother was saying, our brother, on YouTube about this. And here's what the Lord helped you understand. That it says there, 150,000. And I think that the black Jews are saying on YouTube, they're missing Judah, even priests before Himself. So I think that what I'm understanding is, those that are sealed, 12,000 Israel, and 3 represented Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And then the other ones are 9 tribes. Disobedient, going to work the great tradition with repentance, goes right. So those that remain, return the Lord, even preserve the life that remain. Those that are taken on death wind up in hell. This is a switch on what they got written there. They changed the truth. They took away the truth. I think you guys are with us. So what it says in the Bible is not what it actually means. It said, but those that remain are those that endure, that return the Lord, repent. So those that come to repentance that are basically will go through the tribulation and come to repentance. That's only a remnant.
Yeah. Okay. The elect would go through the tribulation.
So then those that are sealed
and be delivered.
But it's altogether, there's three of these. Judah represented Judah. These are the Negroes and American Hispanics for one, the Jews, and then the Benjamites and mostly the Hispanics and Mexicans.
Yeah, you have a lot of the natives of the Americas were of the other nine.
Well, I know for the most part they're Gads, the tribe of Gad.
Yeah, tribe of Gad, most North American Indians.
But you find most of these other tribes mixed with them?
Huh?
You find other of these tribes?
Yeah. Like even amongst, like in America, you had different communities. You had different communities where they were together. So yeah, even in Latin America, like you had like the Maroons.
So he shows me here the person that he speaks to, he gathered and they prepare. I don't know what that means to you guys. I know I'm a Benjamin.
Okay. Yeah, Benjamin.
So he's the least that leads, I think, the sealed there. He's one of the seven sealed. So it's Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. So Judah here in America is the Negroes and the American Hispanics. And so the Hispanics, maybe Benjamin, but over there next ones too. You guys might know something more about Benjamin here in America?
Yeah.
12,000 each, that's 36,000.
Yeah. All tribes were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth.
Right.
But then you have concentrations as well that are over here. So yeah, you have like Benjamin.
And you're aware American family.
Yes.
This is what we're facing.
Yes, this is what we're facing, correct.
Okay. So, and I think he alerted us that there's a storm coming from the north. That's true it is here. So it says there, hold back the storms until the servants be sealed.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're working on.
Yeah, that's in Revelation.
Yeah. So I want to alert you of this. It's possible. Today's the Sabbath.
Yep.
It happened to me my sister's birthday. Back there. And I think I suspect she killed my younger sister out of envy.
Oh, wow.
Because the other sister was gay all her life, came out of prison, was a do nothing until the older one that killed her was clearly she had destroyed her liver, having drunk from an early age. I prayed for her, I grabbed her, I did pray for her, the Lord gave her a new liver. Such a thing that nobody had ever seen anything like that. It really got the attention. The Lord did that to give attention. But out of that, the younger one was healed over and receiving liver, got a job, got a car. But there was something going on between them. There was a bitter conflict.
Yeah.
The older one kills her because out of envy. Because she was healed gay all her life, but she was doing healed and received such a huge miracle.
Yeah.
So she never received Christ.
Wow.
So I suspect she was murdered by the other one.
Yeah.
And so Luke Columbus sends off his first on the 3rd. On the 4th.